A KSLSports.com presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Presented by University Federal Credit Union.
It's playoff time for Utah High School football, and we've got highlights of 29 games. This is Game Night Live, your home for the best high school football coverage in Utah. JG and Sam with you for the next half hour.
And no matter how good or bad things may have gone for your team during the regular season, this is where we can hit the reset button. Every team gets an invitation to compete in the playoffs for a state title.
And we begin with some great news for the Kearns football team. Just 24 hours after being told their season was over due to a third positive COVID-19 test, the Kearns Cougars will play after all.
The Granite School District has approved a plan that will allow the fifth-seeded Cougars to continue their season. Players were tested Saturday. Those who are negative can practice on Wednesday. Then there will be a rapid COVID-19 test administered on Friday before their second-round playoff game. Those who test negative then will be allowed to play. So the question now, who would they be facing in the second round? Would it be East or Clearfield? It was obvious early on that East is the team. First quarter, Tuioni Tausinga, 72 yards down the sideline for the score, and it's already 21-0 for the Leopards. They weren't even done yet in the first. Isaac Zimmerman to Siona Vailahi makes a move, and he's gone. 54 yards later, it's a touchdown. East wins big, 69-20.
West hosting Jordan, and from the opening kickoff, it was all Panthers. This is Clarence Bird Butler. And this is the start of a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And he did a lot more than just that. He also did some damage on the ground, takes the handoff. He's going to find the end zone from 26 yards out. He had 4 touchdowns for the Panthers. They advance and will face Roy in the next round. That's a great matchup.
Bingham entered the playoffs with the 9th seed. They were hosting number 24 Granger. Granger hadn't scored in the last 2 games, but on the opening kick against Bingham, Desmond Fui goes 90 yards for the Lancers touchdown. Maybe they're in business here. Second quarter, Bingham did move ahead 7-6, and that's when Nathan Ellison runs it in for the 14-6 lead. Then just before the half, Troy Main to Isaiah Glasker. That's a 20-6 lead. Glasker would also get a pick just before the half, and Bingham advances to face Pleasant Grove.
14th-seeded Harriman was hosting 19th-seeded West Jordan. Second quarter, Harriman up 6. Jack White's pass is tipped, picked, fumbled, and recovered by West Jordan. The Jags try to capitalize near the end of the half, but Boston Farmers pass picked up by Brock Hollingsworth. He pays a price for it, though. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's not good. Second half, Caden Sadal puts the game away. He had 3 touchdown runs and 3 field goals in the game. That's a busy night. Harriman advances to face Skyridge after a 29-15 win.
Westlake and Hunter played each other once already this season, back in August. It was Westlake's last win of the regular season before they dropped 7 straight games. Well, on Friday night, the Thunder facing the Wolverines again, a team that had won 4 of its last 5. It was a 3-0 lead for the Wolverines in the first, but the Thunder would get a big play from the defense. The scoop and the score by Spencer Heimuli made it 7-3 Westlake. Then the defense gets after it again. Cooper Cowan, the pick, and he's gone for the 6 as well after this lengthy return. Westlake in business, and the defense really was forcing turnovers all over, this time on the fake punt. A one-handed interception by Braden Holloway. What a grab. Hunter's bag of tricks would keep them in it, though. How about this double pass? Well, Marion Jackson to Nathan Swaste for the touchdown, 14-10. On the ensuing kickoff, though, Braden Perry makes a 90-yard house call, and it's a 21-10 game at the half in favor of Westlake. Now in the fourth quarter, Wolverines looking for a spark. The throwback pass. Josh Harding finds Jordan Miller. That makes it a 4-point game, but Westlake would hold on in the end and get the win, 35-23.
Let's go to Region 1. Matchup in the first round. Syracuse at Davis, a rematch. First quarter, Spencer Ferguson, one of the best running backs in the state. He has got some wheels. 25-yard touchdown at 7-0 Davis. Then Davis quarterback Chance Trujillo is going to air it out to David Spute. The Darts had a 14-0 lead at that point. They win big, 48-17, and now we get a Davis-Weber rematch in the second round.
That'll be a fun one. Number 18, Layton at number 15, Riverton. First quarter, 4th and goal, Riverton's Caleb Hamblin. to Andrew Mangum for the touchdown. Later in the quarter, another fourth down, Hamblin on the keeper. 14-0 Riverton. Let's jump to the second quarter now. Scores 14-7. Riverton getting a big swing on this blocked punt. Sets up another Hamblin touchdown pass. This time, he's throwing it to Jackson Bennett. And Riverton would go on to get the win, 33-14.
Now to the 5A playoffs. The best game of the first round took place in Salt Lake City. Highland hosting Spanish Fork, a game that took fans of both teams on a roller coaster ride. First half dominated by the visitors, Spanish Fork. They led 27-7 at the half. Their play of the game, some trickeration. The double reverse receiver Morley Bennett finds Jonah Tarongavo wide open for a touchdown. Second half, all Highland. They rally from 20 down to take a lead. Isaiah Messina with one of his 3 touchdowns. Then quarterback Patrick Brennan runs the option to perfection. A 27-yard score. A Mahina touchdown gave the Rams a 28-27 lead, but Spanish Fork has time. Zach Dart to Jonah Tarongavo. 22 yards down to the 1. Dart scores on the next play with 1:42 left. The defense holds, and the Dons move on to play top-seeded Brighton.
10-seeded Bountiful hosting Hillcrest. This was a lopsided game. Bountiful already up 14-0 when Brooks Cornelius takes this the other way. A 36-yard pick six. Then Bountiful running back Corbin Dubois. He runs over a Hillcrest defender, just trucks him. 62-yard touchdown. Bountiful scored 49 first-half points. And then Corbin Cottle opens the second half with a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. No mercy. Bountiful moves on to face Skyline in the second round, 62-7.
The Farmington Phoenix heading south to Sandy to visit Alta. First quarter, the Alta Hawks up 7-0. Ethan Jackson picked off by Cameron Toon. Pick six, 73 yards for a score. We're tied at 7. But from there, it was the DeAndre Randolph show. If he's not the best receiver in the state, he's one of the best. He had 3 touchdown catches of 33, 68, and 25 yards. What a night he had. He is so hard to cover. Alta wins this game 42-23. They get Region 5 champ Bonneville in round 2. That is going to be a great matchup.
All right, Murray making the trip to Springville. It wasn't a great night for the Spartans, but Chandler Thompson may have had the play of the game. Look at that interception. Nice takeaway, but Springville's Cole Clement was in a groove. This touchdown in the first quarter was one of 3 scores that he had in the game, and the Red Devils win 36-0.
Lehigh hosting Viewmont. Let's start in the first quarter. Creighton Cooper, the Lehigh quarterback. Hand off to Takeshi Faupula. 9 yards into the end zone to make it 14-0. A little later on, Cooper again to Isaiah Tawai in the end zone. 21-0. Cooper to Faupula again on the screen, and this time he's going to take it to the house. 68 yards. Lehigh wins big 52-14. They visit Region 8 champ Wasatch in the second round. Get your popcorn for that one.
Mountain Ridge was hosting a playoff game for the first time, but Provo spoiled the party. Quarterback Jace Welsh keeps it for 50 yards. That's going to be a touchdown. The Bulldogs led 14-0 after 1. In the second quarter, Kyson Condi runs the read option to perfection. A 33-yard touchdown. He's got some wheels, too. Welsh with a touchdown pass to Telo Takitaki. 30 yards. Provo led 28-7 at the half. Then in the fourth quarter, fourth down for Mountain Ridge. It's tipped and intercepted by Ty Larson, and he's going to take it 80 yards for another Bulldogs touchdown. Provo will get Orem in the second round.
Region 5 rivals meeting in the first round. Box Elder and Woods Cross. First quarter, Talon Chapel with the sack and a safety. The Bees take a 2-0 lead. They'd add to it in the second quarter. Parker Buchanan, the Box Elder quarterback, with a 12-yard scramble. Woods Cross would answer. Luke Hyde hauls in the 89-yard touchdown. Just like that, it's 8-7. But Buchanan would find Chapel in the third quarter. A big receiver, and Box Elder gets a big win, 22-8. They'll get Salem Hills in the next round.
Cedar Valley might be one of the hottest teams entering the first round of the 4A state playoffs. Winners in 4 of its last 5 games. The one loss, just 3 points to 5th-seeded Park City. 20th seeded Twilla hasn't won a playoff game in 5 years. Could they get an upset against Cedar Valley? Well, after trailing 21-14 at halftime, they looked to even the score on the opening drive of the third quarter, but the ball is fumbled away. That would lead to a Peyton Weaver touchdown run for the Aviators. Right there, hops over a couple defenders and gets into the end zone. Now Twilla would answer on the next drive. A 61-yard touchdown pass. Peyton Sprouse to Tabor Shepard. That's as close as Twilla would get, though. Cedar Valley advancing to face Ridgeline next week.
Desert Hills hosting Mountain Crest, down 7-0. Noah Fualatolo at quarterback, going deep to Austin Turnbow, a 70-yard bomb. Mount Crest led 7-6 at the half, but this is the last time they led. Opening kickoff of the second half.
Up the middle.
This
Lusk
is
has some
Hendrick
room.
Lusk, and he's going to take this one to the house. The son of University of Utah great Henry Lusk with a 70-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Desert Hills outscored the Mustangs 38-7 in the second half. Lusk also had this 100-yard pick six. Desert Hills wins big. Their reward, a trip to Cache Valley to face defending champ Skyview on Friday.
15th-seeded Crimson Cliffs was no match for number 18 Canyon View in the first round. First quarter, Mustangs quarterback Chase Hansen hits Packer Butler for the touchdown, 14-0 lead. Those two guys decided that was pretty fun, so they did it again. This time a 25-yard pass for the 28-3 lead. Still in the second quarter, another one, Hansen to Butler for the 60-yard score. Crimson Cliffs is moving on easy. They get number 2 Pineview in the next round.
Number 14 Logan hosting 19th seed Hurricane. First quarter, Logan, quarterback Cody Kirk to Jalen Hoff. Going to fight his way into the end zone, a 13-yard score, and it was 14-0 Logan. Still in the second, Kirk to Jalen Sargent. Nice catch, 21-0 Logan. Now to the third quarter, Kirk to Sargent. And eventually he's going to emerge from this and score 54 yards. 28-7 at that point. Kirk had 5 touchdown passes, and Logan advances. They got to make a trip to St. George to face Snow Canyon next week.
Ogden beat Ben Lomond just last week. Already a rematch here in the first round. Ben Lomond up 7-0. Ogden's Rylan Oliveri comes up with a big interception. That sets up Logan Shoby for a touchdown run. Then in the third quarter, Shoby does it again. It's 14-10 for the Tigers. The most impressive run of the game came from Ryan Alvarez, though. How about this? Some juking and jiving, 32-yard touchdown. Ben Lomond couldn't stop Shoby, though. He had 5 touchdown runs in a 35-17 win.
All right, time for a short break. When we come back, the 3A and 2A playoffs.
A region champ trailing in the final minute. Could Richfield rally for the win?
And 3A defending champ Morgan defending their state title with some defense in the first round. Plus, the highlight reel is on the way as well. Stick around. The Morgan Trojans won their first state title in 22 years last year with an 8-0 win over Juab in the championship game. They are back to defend their title, and a rematch with Juab is a pretty good possibility. But first, then to take care of business, starting with South Sevier. Leading 7-0 in the first, the defense went to work. Riker Adams, pick 6. More defense, please. Ty Wheeler, pick 6. Then Ryder Lish would cap it off with an 8-yard touchdown run. 28-0 after the first quarter. They took care of business. Trojans win 58-0.
The 12-5 matchup was between Delta and North Sanpete in the first quarter. North Sanpete with the wide receiver reverse pass to perfection. Brady Jacobson to Parker Lee wide open. They led 13-0 at the half. Delta comes to life, though. Austin Topham runs into a wall, but then rolls into the end zone. Delta down 13-7 with 4 minutes left. Oren Finlinson scores for a 14-13 Rabbits lead. North Sanpete's last attempt at a comeback is intercepted by Will Finlinson. And Delta's moving on with the upset.
American Leadership Academy at Summit Academy. Battle of the Academies. First quarter, Joe Garlick goes deep, finds Titan Kilgore. He'll stroll into the end zone. Kilgore had another score on the ground as well. Summit Academy advances with a 29-9 victory.
11-seeded Emory hoping to upset number 6 Grantsville. Luke Stilson He's going to come up big with the interception and a 17-yard return for 6. That gets Emory on the board, but they had no shot with big plays like this one. Grantsville's Ethan Rainier returning the following kickoff, 74 yards for a 33-7 lead at the half. They had a lot of big plays in this one. How about Cage Johnson rumbling 65 yards for another Cowboys touchdown? Grantsville cruises to the second round with a 47-14 win.
A thriller between Richfield and Union. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Union takes a 14-10 lead with 10:31 left in the fourth. Boone Latham, the quarterback keeper for the Cougars. Now inside 2 minutes. Richfield at the goal line. But Union gets the tackle for loss to force a 4th and goal from the 6. This is the ball game right here. Richfield quarterback Gavin Brown to Will Robinson. Touchdown Richfield. They win in the final minute. The Wildcats advance. They avoided the upset, too. That was close.
All right, 7-seed Juan Diego opening up postseason play against South Summit. In the first quarter, Dominic Lewis right up the gut, 47 yards, and it's 7-0 Soaring Eagle. That run game was unstoppable. Here's Dallas Larson for a 34-yard touchdown to go up 21-0. Dominic Lewis had 3 rushing scores. Juan Diego wins 42-16.
They've been doing that for years. Manti on the road against San Juan. San Juan quarterback Jace Palmer had a special night on Friday. 4 passing touchdowns. And he also had 2 more on the ground. And that would lead to an easy 41-27 win. The San Juan Broncos advance.
Monticello on the road against Milford. Bo Hardy was slinging the football all over for Milford. Finds Heston Sullivan to take a 14-0 lead. Then Blake Barnes later in the first quarter on the receiving end for a 24-0 lead. But the play of the game came in the third quarter. The ball is fumbled. Brett Beebe is there to recover, and he's going to finish this play off, moving it forward. Milford with a 59-6 win.
North Sevier at Millard. Eagles of Millard were up 6-0 in the second quarter. Taylor Davies makes it 13-0 on the fumble recovery in the end zone. Right place, right time. Then later in the quarter, Braxton Bond going deep. A 50-yard touchdown pass to Jed DeGraff and Reed, his second touchdown of the game. 20-0, the final. Millard moves on. Gunnison and Parowan. Hutch Miller, quarterback, to Nicholas Goodman, the receiver. In double coverage, a 46-yard touchdown. The Rams advance with a 24-7 win.
The first playoff edition of the Game Night Live highlight reel is coming your way. This is must-see video next.
It's playoff time, so the intensity goes up a notch, and we noticed that on Friday night.
Yeah, it makes for a great edition, though, of the Game Night Live highlight reel.
You should follow me on Instagram.
Was this the play of the week? Or did we capture something better in the first round of the playoffs? The Game Night 5 is next. It's time now for our first playoff edition of the Game Night 5.
Oh, yeah, we had more than 20 plays that were worthy of this list tonight, but We really had to cut it down to 5, and here they are.
Tough choices. Jared Dubois trucks his way into the end zone for 6. That's number 5. Can't wait to see the top 4.
The poor defensive back there. All right, is there a better way to open up the playoffs than like this? Wes Clarence Bird Butler, a 95-yard return for the game's opening kickoff for a touchdown, but you see, came all the way one way, all the way back the other way, makes people miss, shrugs them off. Easy score for him.
Made that look easy. All right, this is Provo's Ty Larson on the tip drill. Yeah, he wins because he's going to take this 80 yards for the pick 6. You know who else wins? It's Provo. The Bulldogs are moving on to take on the Orem Tigers in round 2 of the 5A playoff.
Number 2, final seconds of the game between Desert Hills and Mountain Crest. Hendrick Luss does this 100-plus yards for the pick 6. He's got some wheels, and it didn't even look like he ran out of gas.
He's not even running as hard as he can.
He's not tired. Wow, he had a big game, too.
He deserves that turnover chain. Whoa! Number 1 and well-deserved, Braden Holloway of Westlake. Look, Ma, one hand. Well done, young man. Oh, look there.
Oh, my. A lot of great plays this year. Just carries right over into the playoffs.
So here we go, round 2. Are you ready?
I'm excited for this. I feel like these are where the games are really going to just
Kearns
be very
East.
competitive. Oh, my gosh.
That's going to be a great game. There's several others, too, we look forward to. So Friday night, we're going to be all over it. We're going to have complete coverage. We get like 30 games next week, too. No problem.
Awesome.
See you guys next week.